Hey there, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically. Welcome to the live Q&A today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to become the top 1% in selling and exactly what you can do to be able to sell more and become part of the top 1%. That's what we're going to be talking about today. As you guys are tuning in, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. So we're talking about how to become the top 1%. Right? And this is relevant to every single one of you business owners at the moment as well. There's one key focus. There's one focus that you must have to be able to become part of the top 1%. And this is an area that a lot of people aren't doing. They just don't do at all, like zero. Some people do zero of it. Others do very little of it. Some do nowhere near enough. And then there's a very small group of people that do it a lot. And I can tell you now, if you're not doing it, you're missing out on very large amounts of business for your business. Very large amounts. How large they are depending on how big your database is. Because, if you're not doing this one thing today where you're leaving so much money on the table, it's not funny. And at the end of the day, these live streams we do are all about you guys and helping you guys to move forward, helping you guys to do more, helping you guys to become more. And if you're just not doing this one thing, and if you are doing this one thing and you're not doing this one thing enough, as I said, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about how you can become the 1% and how you can use one skill in order to get to the top 1%. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So as you guys are tuning in, just let me know where you're tuning in from. We'll be getting started in a couple of minutes. So for a lot of businesses, right, they generate the leads, right? And then, they have the sales conversations. From that, they make some sales. And then they make no sales. Right? And, then from the they sometimes have conversations as well. Like, I won't talk about that one. So then there's some leads, I'll put it more so here. There's some people they can't get hold of. So for a lot of businesses, what they're doing is they're doing this process, right? So they're getting hold of leads, or they're not getting hold of leads. They're having sales conversations, they're selling a product, and then, there's some there that they're making no sales from, okay? And that's the way a lot of businesses are doing it at the moment, right? But this isn't going to get you to the top 1%. You can have a down pat process that gets results and enables you to be able to close deals. You can have a great process, right? However, there's one point that's missing that a lot of people don't do. And when you look at the grand scheme of, or the bigger picture, right? A lot of the best salespeople in the whole entire world, when it comes to selling, they're doing one thing more than anybody else, okay? And that's what we're going to be talking about today, because when you look at the Guinness Book of Records, I forget the guy's name, but he sold 1,300 and something odd cars per year, this particular guy. He sold more cars in a whole entire year than a lot of dealerships across America, right? He made the Guinness Book of Records for it as well. And he didn't just get there by just having a great process. Being able to generate leads, having a great process, not getting hold of some people, selling some people, not selling some people, and just doing that, right? he didn't just get there into the Guinness Book of Records by doing this. It didn't just happen overnight as well, right? However, there was some specifics that he was doing which was helping him get the result, which I would say a lot of you aren't doing. Okay? So, to give you guys a bit of a snapshot, right? What this guy did was this. He didn't only just do this. He started doing this magical thing. It's called follow-up, which is what the top 1% of people do incredibly well. Follow-up. It's not like you can have a fantastic, as I said, you're generating leads. You don't get hold of some people. Great. Okay? That happens. You have sales conversations. You make sales, you don't make sales. Right? And usually that's it for a lot of people. They might maybe do this one time. They might just do that one time. However, it's not enough. It's not enough. A lot of people are just, following up one time and expecting that someone's going to do something, right? And that's usually one phone call, right? 80% of people, right, don't even follow up past that. So you're already making yourself into the top 20%, okay, just by following up a second time. But most people don't even do that. And they're wondering why. Like, because this is relevant to business owners, right? You're all salespeople, as much as you may not like to use the word, right? You might not like to think of yourself as a salesperson, however you are, right? And for you to really start getting some serious traction, if you're not doing this, you may as well forget every single video that I've ever spoken to you guys about, right? Because you're just going to leave so much money on the table, right? I mean, leads are great. Leads are easy to get. Like, you can get abundances of leads on Facebook, have conversations with people, right? Then, the next part is like your sales process, which, you follow our process, you get the results, you'll make sales, and you'll probably do, 3 out of 10 from that as a bare minimum. And there'll be, out of those 10, there'll be 7 there that go into this. There's these people that go to this. These people you can't get hold of. However, there's also these people as well. Because you'll have, cross-sells, different ways of helping, all that type of stuff. But if you don't do the follow-up, you don't get the result. And this is where it's at. As I said, I think it's about 60% of people actually do this one time. Then the second time, people do their, that knocks out a further 80% of people, right? The stats after that just get so much more alarming. And there's so much money left on the table. People just seriously, some people that aren't ready now, like I speak to you guys about with our campaigns, you'll get people that are ready to do stuff now. You get people that are ready to do something in the next month to 12 months. But if you're not doing this, you'll lose it to your competitors. And then the third type of person is someone that's ready in the next year to 10 years plus, right? So that's what you're doing through your marketing campaigns. However, if you're not doing this, you lose this to everyone else. You lose the 1, 2, and 3 types of people. You might get the 1, maybe, right? You'll get these people, the 3 out of 10. However, everything else will be that right there. That's worth very, very, very big money to your business. Very, very, very big money. So if you want to become the top 1%, you got to do more of this. because this right here is where it's all at. Because there's people you can't get hold of from the front end lead gen, right? They're busy, they're doing things. If you don't do that, you won't close them off. They've come to you for a reason. It's your due, it is your responsibility to be able to do this, to follow that person up, right? There's people here you haven't done deals with, okay? There's 7 of them out of 10 conversations you've had, and 10, made 3 sales out of 10. There's 7 other people here. If they don't go to there, you're not going to close them off. They're ready to do something. That's why they came to you. They're ready to do something. You just got to work out how to make that happen. Money, time, information that they might need, whatever it is, to be able to get it across the line. So this here is the top 1%. This is exactly what you must be doing. And if you're not doing this, you're going to be left behind. Your competitors will get all the business. These 2 here. These 2 people will forget about you. Okay? So let's go a little bit more in depth to this now. And I'm going to give you guys, I guess, some strategy to be able to do more of this. But do this strategically. Wouldn't you agree there's a strategy for everything? Do you guys agree there's a strategy for everything? Just hit me in the comments. Do you guys agree that there is a strategy for absolutely everything that you do? And make sure you share the stream too, so more people can just hear everything that we're speaking about too. Because once again, we do all this for free, right? All of these trainings for free. So when it comes to this game of... yeah, it's not working now, is it? That's okay. Oh, we'll get a different colour. So, how does this work? Let's look at this follow-up thing. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm going to give you 5 main tips to be able to follow up a little bit better. And it's all designed to be able to help you guys get more results. Number 1 is, when you finish up on the call with them, send them a message. Right? Send them a message. Thank you for taking the time. Private note in some way, shape or form. Right? Send them a little private, personalized message. Like you can automate a lot of it as well. Like a lot of booking softwares enable you to send a message afterwards as well to say, thank you so much for booking. If you have any other questions or anything, I really appreciate your time. All these types of things, right, that you can use, and it's a little follow-up thing. And you can say, do you have any other questions, right? So this is your follow-up game going on now. So that's tip number 1, is you can send them like a little sort of private message. Number 2 is you can ask for referrals. Another way to be able to just check in with somebody. Who else do you know? We've got scripts and everything for this too. There's scripts that I used where I've used those scripts in our insurance business that I had years ago, and I still use them today as well to be able to ask for referrals. And what I always get is, like, when I ask it and I do it in a certain way, I was getting like full contact lists out of people's phones. It turned it into a little bit of a competition in the end as well. Okay? So that's a really cool thing you can do. If you can turn it into a competition for somebody, then you'll start getting huge amounts of referrals just using proper scripts as well. So something as very simple as referrals is another way that you can really start actually doing this. Okay, really start getting additional referrals. Number 3. The one thing that the Guinness Book of Records #1 salesperson did very well is he did check-in calls, right? And he did them on a monthly basis. So everybody who was in his database, he would call every single one of them once a month. If, he didn't get hold of him, he'd leave him a message. If he got hold of him, he'd have a general conversation, see how they were. He would take notes on every single person that he spoke with, and he would ask him, hey, how was the family birthday last time? How was the anniversary last time we spoke? Right? So he'd check in and he'd know exactly what people were at, like what someone said previously. He was keeping notes. He was doing things. He was asking good questions. That's what he would do in his follow-up. Okay? So he'd be always keeping the communication lines open, right? Which is number 4. Keeping those communication lines open. So at the end of each call, you would say, hey, do you mind if I give you a call from time to time just to check in and see how things are going? Right? So very, very simple. Keep the communication lines open. And if anything changes with that person's situation, you're still in touch with them. Who are they going to think of? Like you're doing all 4 of these things. Wait until I give you number 5. You do all of these things. Imagine what's going to happen. Start getting different results, right? 100%. Number 5 is very relative as well. So what happens with a lot of people is when they make a sale, they never contact that person again. Never. Right? And then when it comes to growing your business, there's a couple of main things. It costs you money to acquire a client. It costs you money, whether it's physical dollars that you paid in advertising or physical time searching for people, asking for referrals, all that type of stuff. So there's a monetary dollar to acquire a client, either indirectly or directly, okay? So it's either time or money, right? It's the same thing. So it costs something to acquire a client. Now, what a lot of people do is when they acquire a client, there's no way of follow-up. There's no way of, they don't speak to those people again. They'll make that sale. They never get back in contact with that person again, ever, okay? So you guys have got to be thinking about, where is the second sale? Right? A lot of it is, by asking referrals, all that type of stuff. But even after a sale's made, you've still got to be keeping in touch with these people that you're having conversations with or you've sold in the past, because it's easier to make a second sale than it is to make the first one. Right? Once someone's already spent money with you, they're 80% more likely to spend more. So if you don't have a service that on-sells across to these people, right, you partner up with somebody that would be able to on-sell something to these people for a second time, right? Or you create something new. A lot of entrepreneurs these days, they just create something new. And then they sell something new to these people and they make a second sale, right? So you guys have got to be thinking about all of this as well. Like, if you want to really start growing your business, I'll tell you this skill here, right? This skill is exactly what's going to get you there. On your Facebook ads, you'll do $1 in, $3 out on your ads. All this here is where it turns into $10, $15, $18, $25, $39, whatever. That's where it's all going to come from. It's going to come from this. That's where it starts $1 in, turn into this. And I've explained all of this obviously before, right? I've explained, how we go about getting the dollar in, three out, right? And why you should focus on that. Some people say $1 in, $2 out. I've explained all of that before, why you want to be doing $1 in, $3 out, because 1 in, 3 out means if there is an algorithm change or things shut down or something happens, then you've got leeway, which a lot of people don't have the leeway. So this is exactly what you must be doing, right? You want to really start growing. You really want to start taking things to a whole new level. You must be focusing on follow-up as a key. And here's 5 exact tips that you can use in this to be able to start getting a different result. So that's what it's about. It's all about getting a different result. We just finished on a conversation with a client earlier today where we were talking through some sort of higher level sort of Facebook ad testing strategies, ways to be able to get more from their advertising, different targeting options, different ways of getting in front of new people, all this type of stuff, ways to build their list bigger, extract more from their list, all this type of stuff. And this is all part of it as well. Okay. So all part of this is what gets you to these types of numbers here. You get to these types of numbers, that's when you really have a lot of control over what you're doing in your business. And this is all part of it. Okay, so I'm going to be taking some questions as well from all of you. So jump on, ask some questions. Hey, Beck, hope you're doing amazingly. Good to have you on. Hey there, Serena. Hey there. Hope you're all doing fantastically. I'm just going to run through the comments now and just see what else we've got here. Hey, Veronique, welcome across. Thank you so much for jumping on. Well, everyone is a salesperson, 100%. Try persuading your child to go to bed. If you can do that, you're a salesperson. I definitely agree. 100%, 100%, 150%. So, and really like this I believe to be one of the most important parts, right? So your ads that you run, your sales process is great. This is where the money comes from, right? You're wondering why you're not making enough. Do a little bit more of this. Do a little bit more of this. That's where it's at. Any questions anyone has, hit me up with those questions right now because I'm starving and I'm going to go to lunch otherwise. What other questions do you guys have around follow-up, around sales, around sort of up-leveling what you do? Do you want to increase cash flow? Do you want to obtain more leads? What do you want to do? You let me know what you want to do. Do you want something more specific to your business? Do you want to ask me a question around that? I know on Monday, we did some high-level strategy in our 300 Mastermind community as well around marketing, which was pretty killer too, because a lot of what we're doing is talking higher-level retargeting strategies and differentiation from the marketplace, all this type of stuff as well. A lot of this all falls into this follow-up process that I'm speaking to you about today, but it's just higher level from a marketing perspective as well. Because, I mean, this side, the communication lines and keeping your communication lines open is really important. But you can have other touch points through, automation, other touch points through, more advertising, right? So all the time we're re-engaging people that have been touched by the brand regularly and continuing to do that. Because it's important that not only we do the manual side, right, which is this, but we also use the automation and the social strategy and things like that as well to be able to continue to be in front of people. All right? Yes, definitely go and watch the replay. It was an awesome video. We did heaps of stuff there. It's just some specific stuff to people that are in the community as well. So jump in and check it out. Thank you so much, guys. Doesn't seem to be any more questions today, which is cool. That just means Jarrod can go to lunch a little bit earlier today. So if you guys have any other questions, hit us in the comments. Even if you're just watching the replay, just hit us in the comments and we'll jump back and we will answer those questions. We're looking for new topics. If you guys have some topics you would like me to talk about as well, drop them into the comments, and I'll be happy to cover all of those for you. If you get plenty of value from our streams as well, just type value into the comments, and that way we know we're on the right track with things as well. And yeah, really, really excited. I'll be here live again tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We're going to be covering a lot of other aspects tomorrow around marketing and everything. That's at 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time tomorrow. If you like me doing these whiteboard sessions, I'm happy to do more of them. Otherwise, I'm thinking I might switch it back up as well. But make sure you're doing this, right? Very simple process, not complicated. It's very simple, right? I do my best to keep everything simple, and it's so simple, right? Just do it. It's something you should just put into your daily routine in business. Or at least with your salespeople, right? Make sure that they're doing it if you've got salespeople in your team. Okay, make sure they're doing this process. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Beck. Really appreciate it. Glad you're getting plenty of value as well. And what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this one up for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time. We're going to be going live again tomorrow. That's 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. New Zealand. If you are in America, it is 12 a.m. on the Florida side. So it's getting pretty late over there. But we do have people call in from America and check it out too. So it's worth staying up for. And if you guys have any other questions, just let us know. But we're going to hit them up. If you've got some more topics that you would like us to talk about, we will also talk about those as well. Okay? Definitely value, and it's nice to have a variety. Great. I'm glad you're enjoying the variety. So I'm doing my best to sort of switch up different types of subjects, talk about different things, keep a little bit of variety in it, which is good. That's good. Glad you're enjoying it. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Remember, if you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day, you must get out there. Every single day, you must take action. Every single day, you must make it happen. And remember to be the warrior. I will speak to you all tomorrow, 12 o'clock, Perth, Western Australia time. Make sure you're following the page for all updates, and you're getting access to all lives straight away. You're getting notifications, and I'll speak to you all soon. Talk soon. Bye.